Hi guys, my name is Muna Shibil and I am a manifestation and soul realignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become the best possible version of yourself so you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In this three-part series, I want to talk about how to set intentions the right way, as people frequently fall short in this critical first step. But before we dive in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification so that you receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. So let's get started. When it comes to manifesting, the first critical step is to set the intention. Now, people know in general where they would like to go, but often what they do is in an attempt to manifest something that they want, they try to manifest the middle, or they try to manifest the how something can come about. So here are some examples. Let's say your intention is to manifest your ideal job. You try to, for example, get an introduction to someone who you think might be able to help you land that ideal job that you want. Or you try to manifest an interview with the ideal company that you want to work with. Or let's say your intention is to manifest a relationship with someone. So you will try to manifest them contacting you or sending you a text, or perhaps even going out on a date with them. But what happens is oftentimes you will manifest these things, but they do not take you to where you want to go. So you will manifest those middle parts, but they don't get you your final outcome. So this is where your physical mind is trying to interfere and try to force something to happen. In the case of the job, you might manifest the interview, but you don't get the job. Or you might manifest the person contacting you, but they're contacting you to get someone's number, or they're not contacting you for the intention that you had in mind. So that's when people sometimes say, oh, this stuff doesn't work. I manifested it, but I didn't get what I wanted. So here, this is the critical part of setting intentions. You want to try your best to avoid activating your physical mind and thinking how you're going to get what you're going to get. When I say physical mind, I mean the logical mind. That is not the job of the physical mind. Let's agree from now, your physical mind does not know anything. It has no clue whatsoever on how you're going to get what you're going to get. So keep it out of the picture. When it comes to setting the intention, your job and your only job is to set the intention for the end goal. So the end outcome, the final outcome. So in the example of the job, you want to focus on manifesting that ideal job, the job that you want. In case of the relationship, you want to manifest a long-term relationship, not just one date or one text from that person. You want that relationship with that person. So that would be the end goal. Now, of course, it's not just about determining what the intention is. It's about how you go about setting that intention, which is what we will be covering in this first video and in the upcoming two parts to this video. So the thing is, what if you don't know what you want? So here I'm giving you specific examples. You know you want a new job, you know that you want a relationship. What if you're just not happy in general and you would like to see something better unfold for you in your life, but you have no idea what it is that you want or what it is that will make you happy? I will be sharing that in part 3 of this video, which I'm linking above and as well in the description box below. I will be telling you how to go about manifesting when you don't know what your end goal is. You don't have an idea. So we'll be talking about that in that part 3. In this first part, I'm going to be talking about Neville Goddard's living in the end technique, which is so powerful. I've personally used it myself, and it does require some planning, so I do suggest that you take some notes as we're going along, because there are several steps involved. Let's start with the first step. The first step is to decide in general what your intention is. What is it that you would like to manifest? It could be a new job, or your ideal job. It could be a relationship. It could be a successful business that you want to launch. Whatever that is, decide what it is that you want to intend. And you want to work on this technique separately for each intention. So you don't want to bring them together all into one intention. When it comes to step 2, it requires a bit of mental planning, because you want to think about what would signify that your manifestation has come about in full manifested form. So what would be the end state? You want something that confirms that you absolutely got your manifestation. So let's say you want an ideal job. you would say, okay, so I'll be working at X company. I've been there for a year and I've gotten a promotion. So it's not that you manifest a job and then you don't make it through the probation period. For example, you want something that shows you that it is fully manifested. When it comes to the relationship, you can say, I want to manifest a relationship. It could be in general, or it could be something specific. I want to manifest a relationship. You can determine if it's with a specific person or it's in general. You determine what that end state is. For example, it's a 1-year anniversary. You telling your friends that you've been with this person for 6 months and you're very happy. Whatever that is, that confirms that you have manifested that relationship in the form that you want. Step 3 is to plant the seed. Once we have determined what our intention is, we have determined what the end state is, now we want to actually plant the seed in the soil. And the way to do this is to visualize our intention in the end state right before we go to sleep, because that is when our brainwaves slow down, and any visualizations that we create using our emotions and the 5 senses will be imprinted straight into your subconscious mind. And whatever is imprinted in your subconscious mind must be projected outward in the physical world. Your subconscious mind does not know what is real and what is not real. That is why visualization is an extremely powerful tool. It cannot know that this is not an actual experience you're having. Because the analytical mind has slowed down and you're about to go to sleep, it's really going to be in a much more receptive state. So you want to activate the 5 senses as much as possible in living that end state. What would it feel like? What would you be saying? What would you be doing? What would you be seeing with your eyes? What would you be feeling with your hands? What would you be tasting? So, for example, if you want to think about manifesting your ideal job, you can imagine yourself 1 year after being with that company, you actually get a promotion and you're celebrating with your family and friends, and you're out and you're having dinner and you're celebrating and you're laughing and you're telling them, and who do you see there is with you? What are you eating? What are you having for dinner? Think about all these things while activating your 5 senses and feeling good about it. The same can apply, for example, to the relationship. You imagine yourself celebrating your 1-year anniversary or whatever it is that you want to visualize as your end state. So you want to put in as much emotion as possible. And in this step, it's critical that you continue to visualize and visualize and visualize until you actually fall asleep. Now, I want to tell you from experience, it may not work from the first time because you're trying to really get into this visualization mode and truly capture it in its full essence, and it's not feeling quite right. So it's okay if in the beginning it doesn't work properly. You can go back the next night and try again. However, the key here is not to change the end state. So if you feel that the previous night was completely you did not feel it, you can change the end state. But avoid, once you have planted the seed, you want to avoid as much as possible going back and changing the end state, because you don't want to plant more than one seed for the same intention. This is literally like a plant that's going to come out from the soil. So you do not want to plant more than one plant per intention. This is an important part that you do and you focus on. That is why it's important to plan this before you actually go about doing it. Now, once you've done this and you've fallen asleep, step 4 would be to let it go. You just let this go. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to go back and wonder if you've done it right. If you felt the emotions of the visualization and you felt good and you did that until you fell asleep, then you've done it right. Just let it go. You also want to avoid trying to visualize the middle. So let's say your goal is to get that job and to be living that, your end state is living that job, celebrating with friends, the 1-year promotion and all of that. You don't want to go and try to visualize the interview. That's not your job. This is the how. So here we're going back to the beginning, where people are messing up their manifestations because they're trying to manifest the middle. You don't want to try to visualize the middle, because what happens if you visualize the middle, it might not relate to the end state that you actually have set an intention on. So you do not want to try to mess with the middle. Just let it go and trust that it will be working out. Now, the question is, how many times do you do this? Like I said, if you've done this and it felt good and your emotions were activated, once is enough. Now, if you want to make it reinforced, you can do it, provided it's the same visualization. You don't want to mess up that visualization. I personally suggest that you do not go back and revisualize, because you may change the visualization. And we said anything that is planted has to manifest. So if you are changing the visualization, you're setting more than one intention. Now, you also want to avoid trying to keep score. I do talk about this in another video. The link is shared above. I talk about what are some of the things that may delay the manifestation. So you want to avoid keeping score, because that delays the manifestation. You should not keep score. You want to get off the topic. You want to go about your day. I also will share another video where I will tell you what to do in between, when as you've planted the seed, what you want to do in the meantime. So I will be talking about that in that video. The link is shared above. So if you've liked this video, please comment, share, and like. And also please submit any questions you may have in the comment box below. I will be creating more videos based on your questions. I will also link part 2 and 3 of this video series in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.